Go ahead and begin in a comfortable seated position. You can be on the ground like me, or you can be on a chair. We're just going to go ahead and start by taking a deep breath in through our nose and exhale out through our mouth. And close down your eyes. Take another deep breath in and out. We're going to work on releasing our jaw first. So keeping your eyes closed if that's comfortable for you, or if you'd rather watch me, that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and bring our attention to our jaw. You're going to think about relaxing your jaw, parting your teeth, and then you're going to think about bringing your teeth very lightly closed. So resting them together, and then release, and then touch, and release. So we're just on our own time. You can keep doing this nice and slow, just practicing what it feels like to touch our teeth together very lightly and to relax our jaw by loosening that gap between our teeth. Let's go ahead and do one last touch and release, and take another breath in and let it go, sigh it out. Now, keeping your teeth parted, so your jaw's trying to stay relaxed, you're going to go ahead and take your fingers and you're going to put them on either sides of your jaw, right where it connects in front of your ear, that kind of tight spot that tends to store some of our tension. And then either with your fingertips, you can bend your fingers and go into your knuckles. You're going to rest your fingers very lightly on each side of your jaw, and you're just going to rub in a little circle, keeping your jaw nice and relaxed. So almost going kind of slack jawed, lots of room between both sets of your teeth. Open your jaw a little bit more. And then keep this circle going fairly slowly and just kind of rolling over what you find there. Now let's go ahead and change direction. And if this is too much for you for any reason, you can go ahead and do one side and the other, and then kind of trade off like that. But if it feels good to do both, you can just keep those circles moving. Keep them kind of slow. And just noticing what you feel. If anything feels tight, maybe slowing down as you go over it, maybe giving yourself a little less pressure so you're not digging into something that hurts. Let's go ahead and make one more circle wherever you're at. And then go ahead and let that go. Give your head a break, just rock your head from side to side. Good. Shake out your hands a little bit if you're feeling antsy. And now we're going to go ahead and take some looks up and down. So from here, eyes can be open or closed. You're just going to tip your chin up toward the ceiling as far as is comfortable, not forcing anything. And then you're just going to hang out there, looking up. Take a breath in and take a breath out. And then we're going to go ahead and take our chin to our chest. So nice and slow, taking our chest down, getting long in the back of our neck. And then we're going to go ahead and look up again, peeling your chin up toward the ceiling, looking up. And relaxing back down. And taking your time. I don't want you to force anything here. Necks do not like it when you force them to do stuff. So we're just going to see where you are. We're going to find your edge, and then we're going to respect it. We're going to notice it, and we're going to work right near where you're starting to feel some stretch and some discomfort, but nothing should be painful. Let's go ahead and look up again if you haven't already. If I'm behind you, don't worry, we'll sync up eventually. And taking a few more looks. And then the next time you come to look up toward the ceiling, we're going to stay there. We're going to meet there together. And here we're going to think about that jaw tension, jaw release thing that we just did. So here, relaxing your jaw, letting your teeth move nice and far away from each other. Notice how that changes the stretch in the front of your neck. Then don't worry about closing your teeth, but think about moving your jaw up like you're trying to close your teeth. Maybe it happens, maybe it doesn't. Notice how that changes the stretch in your neck. Go ahead and release. And close your teeth together towards each other and release. When you've had enough of that, nice and slow, you're going to roll forward, chin to your chest. Just let yourself hang out here for a second. Get your bearings. That can be a surprising amount on your neck, so don't worry if it was pretty intense. Just rock your head from side to side if the motion feels good, or keep your head still if that feels better to you right now. Next, let's go ahead and try that again. We're going to go ahead and peel our chin up toward the ceiling, hanging out here once we find not the biggest stretch as we're looking up, so that we can relax our jaw and bring our teeth closer together. And just on your own time, relaxing and releasing and tensing, whoops. And please know that you can come out of this at any time. Whenever you've had enough, just go ahead and roll back down to that chin to your chest position. And I will meet you there if I'm behind you. Don't worry, I'll catch up. A few more if you're still with me. Taking your time. And then you're going to relax your jaw. Bring your chin forward to your chest. Now from here, we're going to get a little bit more intentional with this stretch as we hang out with our chin in this downward position. So here we're going to keep our chin to our chest, but then we're going to kind of swing it over to one side like we're trying to reach toward the front of our shoulder with our chin. I don't want you to try and actually go there. We're just trying to lengthen the side of our neck that our chin is reaching away from. So you might be feeling kind of a stretch along that shoulder, maybe your neck. If that's pretty intense, then you can roll back to center and then back to the side. So you can kind of move in and out of the intense part, because that's a great way to make some room without hurting anything or making anything angry. And then let's go ahead and move back to center and then over to the other side. Checking in with your breath. Take a deep breath. Relax your teeth. Relax your jaw. Maybe taking that reach and holding, feeling that stretch along the opposite side of your neck, maybe your shoulder, maybe down into the front of your chest. And then maybe moving in and out of it, depending on what feels good to you right now. At any time you can come out of this, especially if anything goes from feeling stretchy to feeling really sharp or really stabby. That can mean that we want to give our neck a break. There's lots and lots of little muscles in here that don't get stretched too often. We don't want to overdo it. Last little breath here. Then we'll come back to center. And then let's just go ahead and swing our head from side to side, maybe looking from side to side. Just get a little bit of motion in your neck, but keep it slow and keep it gentle. Good. And then when you're ready, you're going to come back to neutral head facing straight forward. And this time we're going to tip the top of our head down toward our shoulder. So top of our head is going to stretch a different part of the side of our neck, but it might also be sort of similar to the one you just had. And then we're going to move from side to side. So taking your time, we're not hurrying to our end destination. We're just experimenting with what our neck is feeling today. We want to give it a chance to tell us what's going on. Checking in with your breath. Checking in with your jaw. Separate your teeth if you notice that you're holding a lot of tension there. And then if you're noticing the volume of your neck start to turn up instead of down, if there's any pain or sensation, that can be a great time to stop and give it a minute. Sometimes when we start getting more and more sensation, we have this feeling that we want to pull on it harder and harder. But that's not necessarily helpful all the time, especially where necks are concerned. So let's go ahead and take one last little tip if you're still with me. And then we'll go ahead and come back to center. Now we're going to give our neck a break and we're going to stretch out the front of our body a little bit. I'll show you from the side because that's a little bit easier. So we're going to work on stretching out maybe our shoulders, maybe our chest, maybe we're going to get more neck. I don't know. We're going to find out together. You're going to take your hands back behind you and put a little bit of weight on your hands, not a ton. If this doesn't feel good on your wrists, you can go up to your fists like this. Or if you're sitting on something that's really soft and that's not working for you, you can try grabbing onto your arms. If that's a little hard, if you're sitting down, you can stand up for this part. But if you're on the ground or you're with me with the hands back behind you, all we're going to do is we're going to press into our hands, think lifting your chest, getting some length across the front of your body. If you're standing or sitting and stretching your arms, grasping your arms back behind you, you're going to pull your shoulders back, lifting your chest all the same. Now here, we're going to take our chin up toward the ceiling again. Maybe this feels different than it did before. If this is too intense for you, go ahead and keep that chin looking forward. So you're just looking right ahead of you. But if you're feeling good here, you can drop your head back. And then if this is enough and you're getting some sensation in the front of your body, in your chest or your shoulders or your neck, that's great. Take a breath. See if you want to add any motion here, maybe doing a little shift your weight from side to side, adding some wiggles, maybe moving your head. If that feels good, great. If it doesn't feel good, go back to what felt better. You can experiment with that jaw motion here. So think about closing your teeth, getting a little more stretch in your neck, relaxing your jaw, opening up your neck. If that's too much, if that makes that sensation in your neck just go sky high, don't worry about it. Just soften your jaw, go back to what feels doable. And go ahead and look forward if you haven't already. Give your neck a break. And if you want to tip back one more time, you can. Or if you want to stay with this chest stretch, we'll just be here for one more deep breath in and out. And then go ahead and work your way out of that, coming back to center. Last thing we're going to do, second to last thing we're going to do, we're just going to roll our shoulders back a few times. And we're going to roll our shoulders forward a few times. Nothing too crazy, nothing too lengthy, just moving around a little bit. Last thing, for real this time, we're just going to take some head rolls. So thinking about linking all those separate movements that we did together. So dropping your chin to your chest, rolling your head to the side, rolling it up, rolling it back, rolling it down, back to center. Go ahead and nice and slow. It's easy to try and walk through this very quickly, and then we can skip over a lot of the places that actually need to be stretched. So keep this kind of slow. I'm sorry if my hair is hitting my mic and making a bunch of annoying noises. Should have pulled it back, didn't think it through. Let's go ahead and do one more circle. And then once you come back to center with your chin to your chest, let's go ahead and go the other way. Taking your time. Making this circle much, much smaller. If you notice that there's some spots where your head really doesn't want to roll, no worries, you don't have to force it. For me, it's right here. So instead of going all the way back, I'm just going to kind of avoid that spot where it's super tight, making my circle just a bit smaller. And then when I come around the second time, I have a little bit more room. So take your time. Last circle here, wherever you're at. Relax your jaw. Or loosen your teeth from each other if you're like, how the heck do I relax my jaw? And then chin to your chest. Deep breath in. Deep breath out. And then go ahead and come on back to center. You can wiggle, shake if that helps. And just like that, you are all set. Thank you for being here. Hope you have a good day.